Hi Sagittarius, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your 2016 Tarot forecast. This is a forecast for the entire year of 2016 and this is for Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and Sagittarius Rising signs. So Sag, I played with a bunch of different spreads and I finally decided to use this spread that I'm going to use here today. It is 2 cards for each month, and then the bottom of the deck will be the overall energy. And then what I'm going to do is pull you 2 additional guidance cards, and just for additional guidance to see if there's anything else that Spirit would like to add for their messages for the overall year of 2016. So Sag, let's get started. So this is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Alright, just fixing the cards. Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, Sag, I do have the Ace of Wands. Very nice. So 2016, what this is telling me is 2016 Sag is going to be filled with, a lot of new beginnings, perhaps one very significant new beginning, but for some other Sages, it could be a year represented by new beginnings. Aces are something new. It's a new energy. It's a very passionate, very driven, exciting energy. Yeah, so this is just, this is phenomenal. Awesome, Sag. So what I'm going to do now is just pull the 2 additional guidance cards to go along with your yearly spread here. So please show me an additional message for Sagittarius. What else does Sagittarius need to know? All right, this card did come flying out right away, so I am going to take that. All right, so I am using the Goddess Guidance Oracle card deck by Doreen Virtue, Sag, and I'm also using the Kuan Yin Oracle card deck by Alana Fairchild. So this is actually a gorgeous deck. So please show me one last card for Sag. Additional guidance for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, and Rising for 2016. Additional message for Sag. What else does Sag need to know? 2016. 2016. Alright, this card just came out, so I am going to take it. Alright. Alright, Sag, so let's get started. The month of January, I do have the 10 of Swords and the Magician. So this is a very powerful energy to start the year off with, Sag. I feel like if you've been in a difficult period of your life or a difficult situation, it's finally coming to an end. With the 10 of Swords here, this is the ending of a difficult situation or a difficult time in your life. and a new cycle is beginning. This is a new beginning. This is a new cycle. This is the ending of suffering or the ending of a difficult time in your life, and you're coming out of that with the energy of the Magician. So a new cycle is beginning, and this is you really, taking the reins, holding the power, holding the magic to really make things come to fruition in your life. This is you having all, of the lessons and the knowledge and everything that you acquired during this difficult period and using it to your advantage now. So all of the tools, all of the skills, and all of the knowledge that you've acquired, you're now able to use to your advantage. Everything that you've learned, you can now put to good use. And you do hold all of that magic to really make things manifest. This is you being in control. This is you, probably working working independently, but being very serious and, really going after whatever it is that you want. So just, great energy, new cycles, and, you actually having the power of the Magician. So that's really, really awesome, Sag. Now for the month of February, I have the Judgment card with the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is one of my favorite swords cards. So for me, this is you probably making a decision. This is you making a decision about something in your life, and you're choosing to probably move forward. This can also be a decision that's being made for you, a decision that you're receiving. This can be like a legal decision or a decision perhaps from somebody else. But this can be a decision or a judgment call being made, and then I see you, moving forward or traveling. This could literally be you maybe deciding to travel, and you're traveling in the month of February. But the Six of Swords for me is positive progression forward. It's always an upgrade. It's you moving from a particular place, situation, or environment to a much more positive place, situation, or environment. So it's always, a move for the better. And, the Judgment card can also represent healing and rebirth. So it's actually, the angels giving you a second chance, a chance for a new beginning, to be reborn and rise up out of the ashes. So I think that this very much resonates very well with, the month of January, and this is following the month of January. This is February, so this is very much you moving forward. And, it can be with you being reborn in a sense, or, with some decision that could be being made. So for the month of March, I have the Four of Coins with the Justice card. And another sign, I believe, for the 2016 yearly forecast had the same exact combination as this. So this could be like a legal matter that's going on, and you're actually perhaps hanging on to something that is yours, something that is very much yours. You're hanging on tight to something that you believe is yours. If you do have a particular legal matter that's going on, this very much could be you, receiving like a yes answer if you are looking for like a yes or no answer. But the Justice card is an energy that comes in, and it brings equality. It brings a fairness in. If you thought something, unfair was done to you, this is definitely a fairness coming in. It can also represent contracts as well. So this could be you hanging on to a particular contract in your life, or this could just, be you being very conservative in the month of March, hanging on very tightly to your finances, which I don't see a problem with that. You could just be, saving your money more than you're spending it. And perhaps, something was, done to you unfairly in the past, and perhaps maybe now is the time where you can save money. Now is the time that perhaps there's a balancing of the scales, and things are being made fair in some sense. So I definitely see this as a very positive energy. Now for the month of April, I do have two major arcana cards together. It's the Hanging Man with the Hermit. So you could feel like you're in a period of suspense at this time. Not all Sagittarius is, because this is a general reading. This will just be for some. And then for other Sages, this could be maybe in some regards, in some aspect of your life, you might around this time feel like maybe something isn't moving forward, or something might feel blocked in some way. And this is you really kind of spending time alone and going within with the Hermit. So, you know, in regards to a particular situation, I see you spending time alone, going within. And you know, and this is only a very temporary position. This doesn't last long. So, you know, when you're coming out of this, you will definitely have a fresh perspective, and you definitely will have received clarity and wisdom about the situation. The Hermit is actually very spiritual and very intuitive as well. So this can actually be very beneficial for your intuition and for your life in general. This can benefit you very much so. So for the month of May, I do have the Knight of Coins with the Seven of Wands. So, you know, maybe in regards to something that you might have to defend yourself with, because the Seven of Wands is very much a defensive card. So there could be something going on in this month that you might have to defend yourself with. But this is a warrior card for me. This person is very courageous. So this is you standing up for yourself, standing up for your beliefs, being very courageous, and you know, you moving forward. This could be you moving forward, you actually planning, moving forward very carefully, very, very slowly and cautiously, but you're still moving forward. This could also be, you know, something coming in. Knights bring us in things. This could be news coming in or an offer coming in, and perhaps that's why you're defending yourself. You could have a lot of competition around you, perhaps, maybe within the workplace, and this could be people, you know, jealous. You know, maybe they want what you want, Sag, and this is just, you know, probably having some sort of opportunity or news coming to you, and, you know, maybe, you know, these other people don't have the same opportunities. So, but you know, either way, I see this as a positive thing. Just remember, be courageous, stand your ground, which, you know, Sages are very good at this. So I don't see this as, you know, a problem for you in the slightest. You'll have absolutely no problems doing this. You know, you're headed towards financial security and, you know, abundance. So this is, you know, that's very good. All right, so for the month of June, I do have the Queen of Coins with the Nine of Coins. So this is beautiful, Sag. Again, finances looking really good. You know, this is you headed towards, you know, financial success. This is actually doing quite well. The 9 is almost the 10, so you know, you have money to afford all of those little extras. You can afford, you know, to eat at nice restaurants and have a, you know, a beautifully decorated home, maybe a beautiful garden with some animals. This is you being able to afford all of those little extras. So financially, things are looking really nice. This could be you being the Queen of Coins. You know, the Queen of Coins is very well-rounded. She's very much a businesswoman, and, you know, finances and career and, you know, her family's security is very important to her, but also the home is very important to her. She's very domestic. So you could be very much about your work and your career, but also very much about your home at this time. Or, you know, this could be like an earth sign person that's coming in. It could be male or female, because I don't attach gender to the cards. And it could be just someone with these Queen of Coins characteristics that could be coming in at this time. Not necessarily, but definitely could be. This could also be your energy. Because this is a general reading, it could really be either or. They could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, but they don't have to be. They can just be someone themselves, who's, you know, very good with numbers and very good with their money, and someone who's very well-rounded, someone who's very, you know, domestic and cares about her family and her security and all of her family's needs, but also, you know, she's all about her career as well. So very, very beautiful month here. Now for July, I do have the Devil and the Queen of Wands. So this could be you, Sagittarius, being quite fiery, very driven in this month of July. Yeah, this could, you know, this is most likely you. It could be maybe another fire sign around you, but I'm really picking up on this as you, being just very driven, very passionate, very fiery in July. And, you know, you could have a lot of temptation around you with the Devil here. You know, there could be some negative influences around you. There could be, you know, like sex, drugs, rock and roll, you know, going on around you. Not necessarily. The Devil can also represent all things in excess. He can represent lust and the ego and being a little bit too materialistic. So these are things that you just have to keep in the back of your mind. You know, you could be drinking too much, eating too much, sleeping too much. It could really be a number of things. So just make sure, you know, moderation is key. But I really do see you as being someone who's very fiery. So very driven and very passionate this month. And just seeing, you know, what else I get from this card. Yeah, there could just simply be temptations around you. It doesn't mean you're going to, you know, fall for those temptations or anything like that. You know, the Queen of Wands is actually, you know, a very, very smart woman, and she's very intuitive. So, you know, you could just have these temptations around you. It doesn't mean that you're going to act on them, not at all. But just, you know, keep this in your mind and know that, you know, the temptation is there perhaps. Yeah, and all things in moderation. And, you know, you have some great energy with the Queen of Wands here already. So, all right. So for the month of August, I do have some beautiful cards, 2 major arcana cards. You have the Empress with the Strength card. So, you know, this could be you having to rely upon your inner strength. And, you know, I don't think you'll have a problem with doing that whatsoever. Yeah, you have a lot of courage. You have a lot of, you know, willpower and strength at this time. You're coming in very strong. And, you know, the Empress represents fertility, creativity, birth. So, you know, for some Sagittariuses, this could be you conceiving at this time or giving birth at this time. You could be very fertile with ideas as well. You could be very creative and just, you know, have a lot of ideas at this time. You could be creating something new in your life, you know, some sort of new creative endeavor, some sort of new beginning could be manifesting here for you in this month of August. But yeah, definitely, you know, rely upon your inner strength. Be as courageous as you can be, which I see you doing that. Yeah, beautiful month, beautiful energy, very creative energy here. You know, your mother could actually be very significant at this time as well. And if you already are a mother, you know, you could be, you know, very creative at this time, and, you know, maybe even more nurturing, more so at this time than norm. So just beautiful energy. All right, so for October, I have the 8 of Coins with the Knight of Wands. So this is, you know, you working very hard. This is my Craftsman card. This is just you perfecting your craft, working extremely hard. And I see forward movement. And this very much could be forward movement within your career. This could be you traveling a lot for work. But for me, you know, with traditionally this is known as an apprenticeship card. So for some Sages, you could be starting a new job, learning a new skill, traveling for this job, or moving forward within the maybe your workplace quite quickly. But definitely, you know, expect probably some particular news or maybe acknowledgement or offer to come in at this time. Nights bring us in things. So this is going to be, you know, a time where you're very driven, very passionate, and you could definitely be receiving like some sort of acknowledgement, raise, promotion, communication in regards to your career. So very, 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 very positive, awesome energy, Sag. Okay, so for the month of October, I have the Page of Wands with the Faith card, which this is actually the Hierophant. So this could be news and communication coming in regards to the company that you work for. You could be receiving some sort of news or communication from the company you work for. The Faith card is also known as the Hierophant. So the Hierophant represents, you know, large companies. If you do work for a large company, this definitely could be, you know, a new beginning, because pages can be new beginnings. Or this could just be some sort of news or communication coming through. The Faith card can also represent conforming. You know, this could be you seeking out some advice or religious guidance. It doesn't necessarily have to be religious, but it can be spiritual guidance. For some Sagittariuses, I mean, you could be even maybe getting married at this time, because the Hierophant or the Faith card represents marriage as well, traditional values, conforming, and because I have the Page of Wands with this card, I mean, this could be like a new beginning. So this could be, for some Sages, this is a general reading, you could be getting married at this time. But definitely, you know, if you do work for a large company, this is probably news or communication, perhaps maybe with maybe your boss or just in regards to the company itself. You actually might have a lot of paperwork at this time as well. What else? Yeah, and for some Sages, this can be a new job. I mean, it could have something to do with the previous month with the Knight of Wands here and the Eight of Coins. This could be like, you know, a new company that you're starting for. Yeah, so beautiful energy here, which this is September and October. So beautiful energy. This could be you receiving a promotion at this time, receiving some news about your job or the company you work for, or this could be you starting a new job. So really, really positive here, Sag. All right, so for November, I actually have the King of Swords with the Ace of Cups. So another new beginning, but this is going to be a new beginning that, you know, on an emotional level, it actually is quite fulfilling and it makes you very happy. The King of Swords is my warrior king. This is, you know, a very strong individual. He's very strong-minded, very logical, very intellectual. Yeah, he's very focused and very determined. So I feel like Sag, I mean, this could be someone around you that perhaps some Sages could be getting into a new relationship with. Because I do have the Ace of Cups here. So this could be like a a air sign, which is Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but they don't have to be. This could be someone with these King of Swords characteristics, someone who's very much in their head a lot. They, you know, they're very intellectual. You know, they're a very driven, focused individual. Someone who's very analytical. But I really feel like for some Sages, this is your energy that you're taking on in regards to some particular new beginning that's starting in your life. It's something you want very badly. With it being the Ace of Cups, this is something you want very much so. Something that's going to fulfill your needs and make you very happy. So this is you. You know, you're changing gears now. You're going from your Queen of Wands self over here to the King of Swords, which is you just being fierce, just, you know, just going at something, just hard, just you being very determined. And this is a very strong-willed individual. For me, the King of Swords and the Emperor are, you know, they're power players and they're victors. They always come out the winners in this situation. So this is just you being, you know, incredibly determined and fierce at this time. So good for you, Sag. All right, so for the final month of 2016, Sag, I actually have the 6 of Coins with the 9 of Cups, and this is beautiful. This 6 of Coins card is actually a very generous card and can be you being quite generous at this time. You could be giving something or receiving something. But I think that you're probably going to be receiving something, Sag, that you really wanted very much so, because the 9 of Cups can be a wish card. So yeah, this can be you receiving something that you know, you've been wishing for. The 9 of Cups represents emotional abundance. This is you, you know, having everything that you want. This is you being emotionally abundant and just being very happy, being very content. So, you know, whatever this was the previous month with you, you know, taking on these energies here, going after this Ace of Cups, it seems like you've succeeded definitely in December. You know, you've won. You have a wish coming true. You're fulfilled. You're emotionally abundant. And then I have this beautiful 6 of Coins here, which can be, it is December. So, you know, if you're not receiving something, this could be you being quite generous in the month of December. So you perhaps maybe giving some gifts, or, you know, one gift or maybe multiple gifts in this month of December. So beautiful card, beautiful month, and beautiful 2016 reading. Let me see. Definitely a lot of new beginnings. You have the Ace of Cups, you have the Ace of Wands, lots of communication going on here, because you've had, let me see, you've had you know, you have the Page of Wands, you have a couple Knights, a lot of major arcana cards. But, you know, financially, you know, all of your financial cards, Sagittarius, are really, really good. You know, 9 of Coins, 8 of Coins, 6 of Coins, 4 of Coins, you being very conservative. You know, financially, this is going to be a great year for you, I think. But yeah, let's get to your guidance cards. So your first one that I pulled for you from the Goddess Guidance Oracle card deck was Purification. It is time for a cleansing detoxification of your body and mind. So I would highly suggest like you doing maybe a detox, or, you know, you just clearing out any negative energy right in the beginning of the year, Sag. You know, any lingering energies from 2015, you know, especially if you went through some difficult times, definitely clear out your energy right in the beginning of 2016, because, you know, it's going to be a great year, and you want to clear out any old lingering negative energy that might still be lingering. But let me read you the additional message. Here we go. And it says, this message comes as a help and not as affront or criticism. Your vessel has been clogged by overuse of harsh chemicals, and the offending source is within your psyche. You've been ignoring your body's many signals and screams for relief from the steady ingestion of impurities. Perhaps you've also noticed a slump in your energy level, and your degree of joy has lagged as well. Never mind these past effects, though, as the solution is at hand right now. Now that you've heard this message, do not hesitate for even a moment to make new arrangements. You'll want to keep a sharp focus on the contents of your mind and speech as well. For the words you think and speak are the very diet that supports you. Choose purity, and I promise you a changed outlook for the better. Various meanings of this card are: follow your intuition's guidance about making lifestyle changes, stop abusing alcohol or drugs, avoid processed foods such as sugar, white flour, and so on, eat more organic foods, keep your thoughts and speech positive, adopt a vegetarian or vegan diet, go on a fast or detox diet. That's only if your current health plan says that you can. So, very good message here. For me, it's just talking about cleansing the old energies. That's always a good idea, especially when we're starting a new year, Sag. Just clean out any of those old energies that could be lingering still from, previous events or the previous year in general. Now, the next card that actually flew out for you, this card just flew right out of the deck, is Sisters of the Star Blossoms. And this is from my Kuan Yin Oracle card deck. It is good to remember that whilst we take our own unique journey back into divine bliss and truth, we have plenty of friends that love us unconditionally and wish to help us find the way home with the least suffering and greatest joy. When we allow ourselves to be helped, we help others too. It is a spiral of support and love that is wishing to connect more so with you now. So Sag, I think you're going to have a great 2016. I really do. A lot of major arcana cards here and a lot of great cards here. I really don't have, any negative cards for you whatsoever. I mean, I'm just, recapping really quickly, and no. I mean, around July, you possibly could have some, negative influences around you. But, you're coming through as the Queen of Wands right next to this. So, I mean, the Queen of Wands is a very, very optimistic woman, and she's very smart. So she's very intuitive as well. So, I mean, I think that, you're going to lead yourself away from this, especially, on the other side of her for the next month. You do have the Strength card. So, I mean, you're a very strong individual. So I don't think that this is going to affect you at all. I think it's going to be a wonderful year for you, Sag. So enjoy your 2016, and I wish you all the best. Take care.